Welcome to Wine Wednesday. I'm Kathy Lee Gifford, and this is Thehonestyissue. Intro. Hey guys! Welcome to Thehonestyissue. I'm Katie.
And I'm Sky.
And today we're going to be talking about eating disorders. Yeah! We have these snacks here to prevent us from relapsing.
Yes. So, no triggers here, just cookies.
So there are a few different types of eating disorders. Let's start with what we have personally.
I've dealt more with anorexia, so I'm going to be talking about that.
And I've definitely dealt more with bulimia. Although I've officially been diagnosed with eating disorder, not otherwise specified.
Those aren't all that's there, it's just so that we can connect to whoever might be dealing with that.
There's also binge eating disorder.
They're very real and they're very serious, and if you see us joking, it's only because we're trying to
make it through this video.
Okay, so if you are concerned about yourself or a friend that you think might be dealing with this and having that struggle, signs of anorexia would be excuses during meals, kind of avoiding the subject of eating or talking about it a lot actually.
Making food for other people
and
not eating it yourself.
Or, oh, you know, I ate earlier, it's fine. Just kind of excusing their way out of meals very regularly. Losing weight, wearing really baggy clothes. If you notice them kind of come quiet.
Playing with your
reserved,
food.
Playing with your food.
Signs for bulimia. I think that obviously the biggest one is someone going to the bathroom straight after you eat. Like your teeth will get real gross real quick. And some of the signs for anorexia also work with bulimia.
Like sneaking
avoiding
food.
eating.
Yeah.
I always hid food in my room. That was always, that was always something that I did. Those are some signs and the different kinds of eating disorders. Eating disorder not otherwise specified means that you don't have full-blown anything. It's more of just a mix of different things.
Yeah,
like there would be times where I would throw up and there would be times where I wouldn't eat. So I never had full of either of them.
Yeah, I would try to throw up and I wouldn't be able to. But I guess having that desire and that like intention to could also kind of mess you up. Yeah. But signs of binge eating kind of goes unnoticed.
Because you're not visibly losing weight at an alarming rate.
And I know a lot of people think that, you know, eating a whole bunch of food is like really funny and stuff. Like, oh, I just ate an entire pizza by myself. But binging it's
on a whole different level.
It's a scary kind of eating where it's not you're eating because you're hungry. You're eating so that you try and fill something inside you, so that you get that dopamine of that food. And that's, I think, what it is that they're looking for, that dopamine of food. It's a desperate kind of eating. Stay alert. Be aware of the signs. I don't want to classify high school as like a huge place for eating disorders.
I would.
That's not the only place where you're gonna see, you know, struggles like this, but
that's where you can see it begin though.
And even earlier than that. I think I started in like 6th grade.
I remember thinking I was fat when I was a kid.
Yeah, which is horrible because that's getting ingrained in people even younger now.
If you see a friend like start a diet, like that is the most common way it starts.
Yeah, obsessing over weight.
Yeah.
That's huge. If you see them criticize more than the usual like jealousy kind of thing, like, oh man, I wish I looked like her.
Like that's normal.
Yeah.
Completely obsessing over it is not normal
Looking
at all.
up new trends and diets and trying different kinds. I would watch out for cleanses as well. I disguised a lot of that by cleansing.
If you see a friend like having a whole notebook dedicated to calorie counting, like there's probably something else happening.
Well, calorie counting in itself isn't even
that's not how you eat healthy.
That's not, that would be a huge red flag. But it's also not to be considered a phase that people go through. No. This is not a phase. It's not, you know, a trend or a lifestyle. It's a sickness, and it's a really, really serious one that claims thousands of millions of lives.
There are certain websites on the internet called pro-anorexia and pro-bulimia websites, and they're extremely dangerous. They lead you to believe that eating disorders are a lifestyle choice, but it's not a lifestyle choice.
It's a sickness.
A lot of times people are born with it, or born with body dysmorphia. It's huge with people with eating disorders. There are definitely times where I look in the mirror and see something that's not really there. So body dysmorphia isn't looking in a mirror and seeing this 400-pound obese person.
It's just seeing you a lot bigger than you actually are.
Yeah.
And that's actually quite frightening when you realize what your body actually looks like. I remember doing this outline trace of myself, and it was so much thinner than I thought it was. And that can be totally shocking. There's a really unhealthy amount of weight that you can lose in an amount of time. If you're on a diet, I think it's like you can lose 5 pounds in a week, and it shouldn't be anything more.
I've lost 10 pounds in a week. That's super unhealthy. A diet is an actual lifestyle change. It's a change of eating, it's a change of exercise, it's a good balance between the things.
It's more about health instead of appearance.
Yeah, me doing the 2-4-6-8 diet.
Oh my gosh!
Did you do that?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I did!
Doing that diet, I could lose at least 10 pounds a week. Like, that was probably the minimum I ever lost in a week.
You have to realize that these communities are not your friends.
No.
It is not something that you need in your life to be encouraged to be sick with someone.
A lot of times they're looking for Anna-buddies.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I always had one the whole time I was struggling.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And you would just text each other at saying, hey, make
all
sure you're doing all right today.
Think
Think about how threatening that is. Like, make sure that you're not getting enough for yourself. That's not a friend. They might be someone nice to be around, but right now they're dealing with a sickness that's making them someone else. What is real to you and what is actual reality?
A few common misconceptions. I think the biggest one would be that men don't struggle with eating disorders.
It's a real thing.
It happens a lot more
Eating
than you would
disorder
think.
is not a one gender sickness.
Anorexia is not a thing. It's just anorexia.
Yeah,
Girls don't have anorexia to get attention from boys.
It's not an intention thing. Guys, not everything is about you.
Starving yourself isn't for attention. Growing up, all of these things are done in secrecy for a reason.
Yeah. Consequences that can happen because of eating disorders are really serious and they're really gruesome to think about. For one, your body's never going to be the same. If you are struggling with bulimia, your esophagus from throwing up will deteriorate, your tooth and enamel will deteriorate as well. It will forever change your perspective of food.
I'm already dreading Thanksgiving. And while me and Skylar have pretty much fully recovered, it's still a struggle.
Gonna be
while
there.
we don't relapse probably as often as we used to, if not at all, it's still hard for us to sit down and eat. Thinking about Thanksgiving, it's going to be a hard day. We know that it's going to be hard.
Shoot, a consequence, I wouldn't even eat my own birthday cake. Talk about an effect on your life. Even more seriously is that these eating disorders can affect your reproductive system. They can affect relationships. You can die.
Once you starve yourself to a point, your organs will start to just shut down.
Your muscles eat themselves.
Your body is in constant survival mode.
This is not something to experiment with. This is, something really serious, and recovery takes a lot out of you. It's gonna be challenging. You wanna get your life back.
And I would even say personally, an eating disorder is something I experimented with. Like, I went on a pro-Anna website and got sucked in.
You can be curious.
And that's how it happened. Eating disorder is never something I've ever really talked about because I've never really been diagnosed specifically with anything.
Recovery is super possible. A lot of people that have gone too far with this need to be tubed in order to recover or hospitalized. But to end on a positive note, recovery is possible and it's so worth getting your life back. I can't tell you how thankful I am to be in a place where my mind isn't overcome with, you're not enough, you're not skinny enough. You could be doing so much better. You see reality in an entirely different light. You see yourself a lot better.
I'm grateful for recovery. I'm grateful for Skylar's recovery.
For the recoveries!
Booyah!
We love you so much and we are always thinking about you. And if you have any questions or need any advice from us, please feel free to let us know. Email, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter.
Comments below, whatever you guys want to do. 1, 2, 3.
That's all your funny moments for you.
Erin Carter follows you on Twitter.
Yeah.
You're living every girl's dream. Oh my gosh. Erin Carter, if you're out there, you crushed a little white girl's dream. All she wanted.
Please follow Skylar on Twitter.